Welcome back to Reading Bear. Today, we'll take a look at some new Am I the A-hole stories. And if you enjoyed my content, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and post some bear emojis in the comments. Let's go!
Next one posted by user ThrowItAway417. Titled, AITA for not buying a car for my wife through my father-in-law? So, some quick background. My wife has had her car for 10 years without any serious issues to speak of and is restively good condition with low mileage. This past July, my wife's check engine light came on and we decided to take it to her father's privately owned car shop. This is all well and good, but her car's check engine light was never fixed. In the past 3 months, we've left her car there for up to a week, with no rental provided, and have been given numerous reasons for her check engine light being on. These reasons have been either to an existing part needed to be replaced to her car's computer system needing an update. Up to this point we have paid $600 to my fill with no resolution to her car's issue, and we were told that they would need to replace another part for at least another $1,200. At this point, after going to and from my FIL's shop a dozen times, we decided to search for an upgraded car outside of my fill. We ended up finding the car my wife wanted and negotiated a deal with my wife's old car as a trade-in. The deal was within our budget and my wife is very happy with the car. My Phil is upset because we did not discuss buying a vehicle through a dealership beforehand, and he was counting on being able to sell her old car to help his business, which is struggling due to a variety of reasons. At this point, my Phil wants nothing to do with us, and from what we've been told by her mother, he is extremely embarrassed. We honestly feel terrible that her dad is taking it this hard. We did assume there would be some pushback, and are just wondering, are we the a-holes in this situation? User comment, not the a-hole, take your Phil out of the equation, would you have trusted his dealership again? I'm guessing that you wouldn't, which is kind of indicative as to why he isn't doing too well. Family doesn't get a free pass to con you out of your hard-earned money just because business is tough right now. User comment, it sounds like Phil didn't fix the car on purpose so he could sell it. Nowhere does Phil mention selling until after it was sold, and why would he assume that the money would go towards his business? It's not his car. Not the a-hole. User comment, not the a-hole. They didn't help you out by, fixing the car, so why would you help them out? Sometimes it's best not to mix business and family for situations like this. Next one posted by user, Tiny House Trailer. Titled, AITA for refusing to feel bad about living in a trailer park. I, 28 female, live in a tiny home that's situated in a trailer park. Our little community is comprised of trailer homes and tiny homes, and the neighbors I've met are wonderful. It works very well for me, and since it's not a mobile tiny home, I have the ability to have a full kitchen and full bathroom. In fact, I have the same setup as an apartment really. I've lived there for 3 years. My mum, however, hates that I live in a trailer park because it makes her look bad, and thinks it's funny to call me trailer trash. I ignore it, but my stepbrother, who I'll call James, 20, gets upset. He's got Down syndrome, and me being called trash is upsetting to him. Even if I say, it doesn't bother me, he still gets upset. He's a sensitive soul really. My mother continues to do it despite this. She started in on me yesterday. I'd gone over to carve pumpkins with James. James starts to get upset, and my mum told him to get over it, she's just joking. Here's where I think I'm probably the a-hole. I hate how she talks to him, so I said, it's only funny when everyone laughs, you're just being judgmental. Saying you're just kidding doesn't make you be awful, okay? Why be awful when you could just be quiet? She got upset, but my stepdad stepped in and said I was right, she was just worried. I'd make her look bad in front of her whole 2 friends. And how I was smart, because my place will be paid off before I'm 35, but they'll be paying on this place for years to come. My mum started yelling, so I took James out to get a snack. My mum wants me to apologize for making her look bad, but I have no intention of doing any such thing. She said I'm no longer invited to Thanksgiving, but I'm working this year anyway. I told James we could have a small Thanksgiving dinner before or after Thanksgiving at my place if he wants. My mum is still demanding an apology. AITA for not apologizing to my mother to keep the peace. User comment, not the a-hole, it is beyond me that your mother is being so mean to you and upsetting your brother. If she is so worried about you living in a trailer park, tell her to buy you a house or shut the heck up and worry about her own life. User comment, not the a-hole. You were in the right and do not need to apologize. I do not know your family dynamics or how your mother will respond long term. It is worth thinking about whether or not this will damage your long-term relationship with your mum, and if this is the hill you wish to die on, relationship-wise, or is it worth making an apology, however much you may not mean it. Talk to your stepdad as well. From the little presented here, he sends decent and open-minded. User comment, not the a-hole, and you sound like an amazing older sister. Also seems like you've got a decent stepdad. I'm sorry your mum is difficult. Next one posted by user, holiday_object 2250. Titled, AITA for telling guy he couldn't reclaim his spot in line. So I work at a warehouse with about 300 employees working at once. At the end of the night we all clock out at 3 time clock centers. From our vantage point we can't see the other 2 lines for the time clocks. We are waiting in line and the guy in front of me thinks there is no line for the other 2 and takes several steps towards the other clock and left the line before realizing the line is still quite large. He walks back and I said, sorry sir, you got out of line, you need to go to the back. About 50 people behind me waiting to clock out. He's like, I thought they all finished at the other clocking out but I couldn't see the line. I said, sorry sir, you got out of line, it will only cost you about 5 minutes of waiting. Things escalating and he forced his way back in line and told me to F off basically. No one else got involved but it was so heated for no reason. AITA? User comment, you're the a-hole. How long does it take to punch out? About 30 seconds. 10 seconds? Get a grip. Someday you'll be running behind by 10 seconds and he's gonna be the guy standing there, who remembers you decided to be a dick over something really inconsequential. User comment, you're the a-hole. Also probably the coworker everyone secretly hates. Honestly, how would it have affected you? YOLO clocking out, punch in punch out, it's not like he has 3 carts of groceries and was taking up everyone's time. Also win for him because he gets paid for another 10 minutes? User comment, you're the a-hole. Coworkers like you are the ones who make work miserable. Next one posted by user, Mithrowaway 8976. Titled, AITA for embarrassing a coworker at a potluck. This happened almost a year ago but I still think about it. My work is a pretty social place and we had, before Corona, potlucks about once a month. Most people are really good cooks and it's fun to try everyone's dishes. There's one person, let's call her Cheryl, whose food I won't eat because I feel like she's not very hygienic. At one of the first potlucks I attended, a coworker found a long hair in the salad Cheryl brought. He didn't make a big deal out of it but seeing him pull that hair out of his mouth made me physically gag and stuck with me. I've also noticed bits of food, like food unrelated to the food she recently cooked, stuck to the casserole dishes she brings in, and, worst of all, I've been in the bathroom with her and have seen her come out of the stall and not wash her hands. In short, I find Cheryl a bit gross. Anyway, at this potluck last year she brought in a cherry cheesecake and everyone was raving about how good it was. She noticed that I hadn't taken any and started bugging me to try it. For some reason she seemed to think I was on a diet or something. I wasn't, and kept insisting one bite wouldn't hurt even though I kept politely declining. Finally she picked up a spoonful and tried to put it in my mouth, like, making out it was an airplane like I was a toddler or something, and I blurted out, I am not eating that, and maybe if you washed your hands in the bathroom I'd be more inclined to try your food. There was a long awkward silence and Cheryl looked like she was going to cry and I felt terrible. Since then I wonder if I could have handled it better. Should I have made up an allergy or something? AITA? User comment, not the a-hole. She took it too far. If you had said it the first or even second time she tried to get you to try a piece, you'd be the a-hole. But as soon as she tried to actually force it in your mouth? That's completely inappropriate. Please don't lie about allergies. User comment, not the a-hole. She has poor hygiene habits and that should be a turn-off for everyone. Washing your hands after using the bathroom is something we learn as children because we can get very sick if we don't. You are never in the wrong for not eating anything you don't want to. She embarrassed herself for not taking your repeated, no thanks I'm full. No really I don't want it, as a full stop and instead tried to force feed you something? As someone with an ed that flares up every now and then, that action made my skin crawl. You may have shamed her, but she needs some sort of wake-up call. If you hadn't been backed into a corner, you never would have said anything. So firmly not the a-hole. User comment: I had a co-worker whose son's girlfriend was in the hospital with E. coli because she never washed her hands after using the bathroom, and then handing raw meat. It led to her being hospitalized for a couple weeks, and the doctors said her case was due to her poor hygiene. She had essentially made herself sick with her poor habits. That could literally happen to Op if they ate Cheryl's food. Not the a-hole. Next one posted by user spouse throwaway 8475. Titled, AITA for asking my husband not to bring his friend around? My 43 female husband, 45 male, has a friend Todd * 39 male that he has been hanging out with since we moved to our new state for work 5 years ago. When we first moved here, I struggled to find a new job. Todd would make passive-aggressive comments about how nice it must be to have someone support me. When I told my husband about it, he told me that Todd was joking and didn't mean it. I told him that it offended me and that I didn't find it funny, and he told me that I was taking it out of context. Since then, Todd has made more offensive comments. Last month, when I brought my husband a coffee and some food to his work, he was working overtime and was tired and hungry. Todd saw me in the parking lot and remarked about how nice it must be to have a wife that brings coffee and food on command. I told him that I was not a dog, and do not talk to me like that. The next day, when he saw my husband, he told him about the conversation we had in the parking lot and said that I was rude to him for no reason. So I told my husband what he said, and I told him that I will not be spoken to like that. My husband told me that I need to relax and that he didn't mean to be rude. Last week was the last straw. I replaced my phone after 7 years of having it. I had been saving money for 6 months to pay straight cash for the new phone. Unbeknownst to me, my husband had ordered it for me as a surprise. I was so excited and happy to finally have a phone that worked right. The night that I got it, we went out to dinner and ran into Todd while we were waiting for a table. Apparently he knew that my husband was getting me a new phone, and even remarked how spoiled I was and how hard my husband works for me to just spend his money. I saw red. I told him that first of all I didn't spend his money, he did. That I have a job and more than capable of buying my own phone, and that he was a petty, jealous a-hole who was angry because he can't find a girlfriend who will put up with his crap, so he takes it out on me because I'm the only woman who will speak to him. We ended up just going home, and my husband gave me the silent treatment the whole ride home. As soon as we walked into his door, he told me that I embarrassed him. I told him that I was embarrassed when his friend told me that I was some kind of money-grubbing leech, and he just stood there and allowed it to happen. I told him that I do not want Todd around anymore and that he wasn't welcome in the house. My husband thinks that I am overreacting, and that is just how Todd is. AITA for asking my husband not to bring him around anymore? User comment, not the a-hole. You tried to talk to your husband about how Todd makes you feel multiple times. Your husband ignored you, so you eventually snapped. Tell your husband he can marry Todd if Todd's feelings are more important than yours. I guarantee you, if the shoe was on the other foot, and you had a friend disrespecting your husband, they would be banned, no question. User comment, what the hell? I don't even think I need to get into Todd, who seems like an insufferable a-hole. But your husband, my God. Like I would get it if you were all younger. My partner of 10 years has been questionable at times, but now that we are in our early 30s, he looks back and cringes on some of the crap he lets slide. But why is he letting this go on? Why isn't he giving a crap about how you feel? Why is it all about Todd? I would sit down with your husband and tell him exactly how you feel, without any instances occurring, and telling him that these jokes have gone way too far for comfort, and it would be nice to have a supportive husband and not a tag team partner to his joke of a best friend. Not the a-hole, but Todd, and more importantly your husband, are. User comment, not the a-hole. Your husband views Todd's behavior as harmless and enables it, when he should be protecting you. Next one posted by user HDUSHSHK. Titled, AITA for telling my grandma that giving $5,000 to the church is a stupid idea? My grandma recently wired $5,000 to a huge church and the pastor is a millionaire. I just think it's dumb to throw away what is to us $5,000 to someone who probably doesn't think it's a huge amount. That money could have gone towards her long-term care savings account, but she told me that she wants to die in dignity. My whole family thinks I'm some kind of a selfish a-hole who only wants the $5,000 for myself. User comment, not the a-hole. If as stated you wanted her to spend it on her care, and I have no reason not to believe you. These mega churches are organized crime in the Lord's name and should be shut down. User comment, not the a-hole. Churches are known for their massive wealth. And the fact they don't have to pay taxes well makes them even richer. I grew up in the church and trust me, they don't need all this money. Yes, it's her money and she can do what she likes with it, but you are entitled to your opinion and it's not a bad opinion at that. User comment, not the a-hole. Of course it's her money, but if she's being suckered by a conman in sheep's clothing, then it's good of you to try to help her. If she was sending it to a Nigerian prince on the internet, people wouldn't be so eager to howl you down. But if it's a church, it's beyond criticism. Next one posted by user Bolonga16. Titled, WIBTA for taking the TV out of the bedroom? My wife started watching TV every single night in our bedroom when it's time for bed. The TV will stay on until midnight if she remembers to turn it off, otherwise it will play all night until I grab the remote from her nightstand and turn it off myself. I have a job where I have to be up at 5 a.m, so I try to get in bed early. But she always starts her nights around 8:30, so no matter how early I get in bed, the TV is always playing at a loud volume. I have expressed that I cannot fall asleep and she says she cannot sleep without it. I tell her I can't sleep with it on, and I'm the one who needs to be awake early. It has gotten to the point where if I ask her to turn it down, she will turn it down one notch, which is barely noticeable. It is causing fights now, and I told her we will end up sleeping in different rooms because of it. I am at the end of my patience and considering removing the TV from the room altogether. If she wants to be firm about the situation, then so will I. I know this will cause a fight again, but I am out of ideas. It has surfaced recently that she is pretty selfish, and to be honest, I'm getting pretty ducking sick of it. So would this course of action make me the a-hole? Edit, we are on vacation at a place with no cable. We went to bed last night with no devices on, hallelujah, and she fell asleep before me, within minutes. When I brought up how quickly she fell asleep in the dark silence, she said, I'm not talking about this right now. I get the same stonewall even when she experiences it firsthand. Edit 2, I come from a divorced family, so I had very little faith in marriage to begin with. I want kids and I know a marriage is the healthiest environment to raise them. I would be dishonest to say we don't have intimacy issues, and I do feel sleeping in separate rooms would be the nail in the coffin to killing our relationship. If I wanted a roommate, I would have gotten one. User comment, not the a-hole, this is selfish of her. If she needs noise to sleep, then she can wear headphones. User comment, not the a-hole. Sleep in another room when she has the TV on, or put the TV in another room and let her sleep with it in there. User comment, not the a-hole. I had to remove the TV from my bedroom for the exact same reason. Next one posted by user Crazy Co Kids. Titled, AITA for refusing to give up my seat to someone for being rude. This took place back when I still rode the bus regularly. In order to accommodate people with disabilities such as wheelchairs, the bus has fold-up seats and ways to strap the wheelchair in. Being that these are near the front of the bus, they're among the first seats filled in. You know, kinda like electrons in an orbital shell. You're expected to move whenever someone gets on the bus who needs the seat more, i.e. people in wheelchairs, since there is literally nowhere else they can go. Well, we have a couple who are sitting in these seats. Someone comes in with a wheelchair, and the bus driver tells the couple they need to get off the seat because standing room only. They refuse to. I would just want to avoid this, thinking, wow, what a holes, but then I get pulled into it. I'm sitting across from them, directly facing this, on non-folding seats. One of the douchebags points at me and says, you, give up your seat for them. The bus driver says that I am sitting on non-folding seats and that I don't need to, they need to, as those seats have to fold up. A hole number one steps up and tells me to give up my seat for them if they have to stand because you're younger. I tell them, you're not some Rosa Parks-like figure for refusing to give up your seat for a wheelchair, you're just a jerk. Well, that set off the male proto-Karen, who proceeded to tell me I was the a-hole for refusing to give up my seat to someone because they were being rude. I would have if they were polite, but nope, because he was a douchebag, I didn't wanna give up my seat. Especially since I did not know how long they needed to ride the bus. I had a good 20 minutes left. Well, the bus driver kicks them off and I get flipped off. Was I the a-hole? User comment, not the a-hole, that's what those seats are for. I don't understand what that dude expected to happen. Was he particularly old? Those seats are also for the elderly, and that's the only reason I can think of he would feel entitled to the seat over moving. User comment, not the a-hole. Some people seem to have a sort of mental block that stops them from realizing how simple this system is. It's the only place someone with a wheelchair can go. Therefore, as someone not in a wheelchair, you have to move literally by law. Have seen it many times with able-bodied people or parents with pushchairs. The ones with babies tend to be a bit worse, and I once saw a woman have a full-on mental breakdown and start begging the driver not to make her fold up the kid's pushchair. When she got told it was either move or get off, she somehow managed to complete the impossible task of folding the pram up in about 10 seconds. All the while the poor guy in a wheelchair was just waiting at the bottom of the ramp in the rain. User comment, not the a-hole. Jerks need to learn their place from time to time. Next one posted by user, throwaway ITA 918. Titled, AITA for being antisocial when I walk my dog. So I, 34 female, have a dog that I walk in a dog off-leash area close to my place. Now I happen to live in a bigger city, in Western Europe, but in a neighborhood where people tend to know and greet each other, and a lot of my neighbors also have dogs that they walk in the same area. Many of them are very social, and approach me to have a chat or walk together. However, I have a busy job and my husband and I both work from home during COVID, so the dog walks are pretty much my only alone, quiet time during the day, and I love to just walk and listen to a good audiobook or podcast. So I usually tend to just nod at them, and keep walking, knowing that once I start engaging in a conversation, they will keep going forever, and I just really don't feel like it. So yesterday I was approached by one of the neighbors during my walk, and she basically told me off for being antisocial, neighborly, that we live in a friendly neighborhood and that my refusal to engage in conversations makes everyone uncomfortable about walking their dogs. I was a bit taken aback by this comment, but now I'm not sure what to think. AITA for wanting some alone time? Now I'm even considering going to a different dog park further away, but I don't really feel like I should have to be inconvenienced. User comment, not the a-hole of course. You have no obligation to say a word to your neighbors, not any point to be honest. They aren't entitled to your response or your private time. User comment, not the a-hole. The only person making others uncomfortable is this huffy neighbor. You're entitled to some peace and quiet while walking your dog. You're not obligated to socialize with people you don't want to socialize with. They can kick rocks. User comment, not the a-hole. Oh come on. People really want to make everything a thing. Not talking to someone on the street should not be an issue. If they want to be friendly and chat with neighbors, great for them. You don't have to. And shouldn't be made to feel bad for it. Thanks for listening.